bring Haiti down, and not one of them could make Haiti renege on a democratic principles. On that country, there would never be on that territory a slave. Every man, every woman was free. You just make it to Haiti and you're free. No slavery. Everywhere else there was slavery. Everywhere else. In the great America, they were, let's not talk about that. So anyway, you could imagine the threat that Haiti posed. American imperialism, all of its life, had only one objective: to bring those slaves back into the plantation. There was only one objective: bring those slaves back to the plantation. And America, France, all of them could not bring Haiti back to the plantation. Even after slavery was made illegal throughout the Western Hemisphere and was even abandoned and emancipation proclamations were read everywhere, Haiti continued to be the guiding inspiration for Africans throughout the Western Hemisphere. It was not until 1915 that American imperialism could put the heels of the Marines on Haiti, install Papa Doc, a scum of our race, one who would bow down to the wishes of imperialism and rape his people without the slightest mercy. And since then, that's where Haiti has been, and that's where it is to this day. And it's certainly not Bill Clinton who's going to liberate it, just the masses of Africans.
Up next is Shanga Lavoisier in For Haiti, performed in 2019.
It's October 2016, and Hurricane Matthew is showing no relation to the people of Haiti. Hurricane Matthew floods the roadways, while news coverage does the airwaves. But for the news, they always share the same old story. Haiti in the phrase poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere, always together. Always this degradation on reservation for the first Black nation that eliminated plantations. Poorest nation in the West, that's us, right? They say our story goes straight from abolition to zero. But that gotta be a lie, because when I learned the alphabet, you couldn't get from A to Z without going from B to Y, like abolition. An astounding achievement, an act of alliance assembling to annihilate an abundance of agony, but after actualization, belligerent, battered, bruised, and beaten colonists with a conjured coalition of capitalistic countries couldn't conceptualize such a crushing defeat. So dumbfounded, they damned us to debt. An excessive economic and environmental erosion. Essentially, France and friends forced us to fork over funds to finance their recognition of our freedom, a fearsome figure that faded our future. Generations of generations generating, gathering this grand and gross amount of gems, gold, and goods to give to greedy hands, habitually holding Haiti hostage, a harrowing hindrance of hope, helping to instill ignorance of our independence. They infiltrated, imposing infection and instability on our image, insinuating that our half of the island is jammed, jumbled, and jacked up as they jack our jewels, kicking our kin down as they make a killing off lives and livelihoods with this lethal yet legal leeching. See the masses and movements marching, moving mountains of mourning. And that monetary number? Well, that noose around the neck of the nation was never going nowhere. Oh no, because other obstructive options were ordered. The polls are problematic, pushing the pleas of the people to the side as a president with half-pint popularity is picked and placed into power. Policing the populace as if we are pests, our point of view profitless, so they want us to quit the queue of queries and questions, quit our quest for a decent quality of life in order to quench their qualms. They want us to quit. Ooh, but we quickly quiet that. See, they ravage and ruin, but we resist. We can readily repeat and renew the revolution. Resurgences of slavery get shattered as we silence slander, destruction, and shake our sanctuaries of serenity. We toil for the tranquility that has been taken, our tenacity untouched and undamaged by their ubiquitous efforts of undermining and violently vacuuming our vertical ventures. So when is that we are worthy and we won't grow weary? There is no writing off or withholding our wonder. They say our story goes straight from abolition to zero, but I know that's a lie, because their xenophobic account of history exonerates their extraction, extortion, and exploitation of our exceptionality. We will not be exorcised of our excellence. And all this is why, unlike your alphabet, we will never, ever reach zero.
It's bad for the ears. The message is good, but the volume is too loud, please.
Okay.
Some of us need.
Yeah, tell the technician and protest
Yes, sir.
on
Yes, sir.
volume.
Yes, sir. To understand Haiti's present, we have to begin by understanding Haiti's past. The revolution that gave birth to Haiti as a nation state began as soon as the first captive African was dragged to those shores. But the moment that it said that the collective resistance known as the Haitian Revolution erupted from is called the Bois Caiman ceremony. It was led by two of the most mysterious and interesting figures to me in Black anti-colonial history, a man named Boukman. He was called the Bookman because of a book that he always carried with him, and a woman called the priestess named Cecile Fatima. One of the centerpieces of that ceremony was a prayer. This prayer from the ceremony at Bois Caiman has been traditionally ascribed to Bookman. The God who created the earth, who created the sun that gives us light, the God who holds up the ocean, who makes the thunder roar, our God who has ears to hear, you who are hidden in the clouds, who watch us from where you are. You all see all that the white has made us suffer. The white man's God asks him to commit crimes, but the God within us wants to do good. Our God, who is so good, so just, he orders us to revenge our wrongs. It's he who will direct our arms and bring us the victory. It's he who will assist us. We all should throw away the image of the white man's God who is so pitiless. Listen to the voice for liberty that sings in all our hearts. Our next piece is a dramatization of that ceremony and its aftermath, a short film by Haitian filmmaker Yves Benesch called Bois Caiman. Benesch was a child actor who went on to receive an MFA in film and TV production from the University of Southern California, and whose most recent writing credits include writing an episode of Ava DuVernay's Queen Sugar. This film, Bois Caiman, his most recent, is set in 1791 at the dawn of the Revolution. Enjoy.
Almighty God is hiding in a cloud, watching us. He sees them commit crimes while we do good deeds. He sees all the things they have done to us. And now that same God orders us to vengeance. He will direct our hands. Help us. Every man has the power and might of our ancestors. And we will defeat those who thirst for our tears.
This pig has given us the most herds, helping us to feed our youth. And its blood will allow us to have a successful revolt. We shall be invincible.
Listen to the voice of liberty. We will no longer be shackled to the evils of slavery. We will fight to enslave them. We will cut off their heads and burn down their houses of imprisonment to the ground. To protect Ulekai.
It's been 2 days, Essie. What's your... Enough. We must trust that our husbands are safe. Amadi!
Sheriff.
Are you hurt?
No, I do not have a scratch. This blood belongs to the master of the Dubois plantation.
Well, did Lucien return with you?
Yes, he is home and safe. Go! Go!
Merci, bon Dieu. I prayed since the moment you left.
Do not worry. We are storming the master's plantation, cutting their heads and burning down their mansions. We are succeeding out there, Essie.
I must clean you up. Master will start noticing you, Lucien, and the other men are not around. What do I do if he asks?
He's a drunk with too many slaves to keep track of, but he won't be here for long.
What is that supposed to mean?
Sherry, do not ask questions you don't want answers to.
If you touch a hair on his head, he will kill you. And soon enough, the French soldiers will be coming to fight alongside the masters.
Then let them come. We are guided by the spirit of our ancestors. I hear over 2,000 plantations have been destroyed, and over 1,000 masters have been killed in simply a week of fighting. We must stay vigilant until we are free. So be calm.
You're fighting for days at a time, and I don't know if you're ever coming back to us. I can't just be calm.
I'm afraid that those days will soon turn into weeks or more. We are approaching Port-au-Prince. I am fighting for our son's future, Essie. Do you want him to grow up as a slave?
I want him growing up with his father.
You married a fighter, Essie. I will always come back to my family. I will always come back to you. I must get some rest. I have another long day tomorrow.
Abby, what's wrong? What happened? What happened? What happened? Amati, baby, please.
I am willing to finish this essay. You are grieving, and you need your rest.
I don't want to rest. I want to fight.
Fight who?
Those who have stripped us of our dignity and enslaved us, Tabi.
Have you lost your mind? Fighting is a man's job.
We are outside in 100 degrees cutting cane, kneeling over a hot fire, cooking big meals for master, all while pregnant. No man can do what we do while carrying life in their womb. Women can do anything, including fight.
There you are, my beauty.
Yes, master. What can I do for you?
Use those smooth fingers of yours and give me a share. Bring some cane with you, too. No, some fresh cane. Thank you, my beauty. I love the feel of your touch and that soft skin. Shan, that son of yours no longer has a father.
Oh, master. You heard what happened to my husband?
Heard? He brought death upon himself when he showed up to my quarters in the middle of the night with a machete. Maro is trying to kill them as steers. Some may find success, but others will be met with death. He'd still be alive if he wasn't so stupid. But to his credit, he put up quite a fight. That son of yours will grow up to be a strong worker. And when he's of age to be useful, I will sell him off for good money. Why did you say?
We are succeeding out there, Essie. We must stay vigilant until we are free.
I want him to work up with his father.
I'm fighting for our son's future, Essie. Do you want him to grow up as a slave or a free man?
Please, Essie. It's getting bad out there. Many men are dying.
The ancestors are calling me into battle, Tabitha. This is for Amadi. This is for my baby. And this is for Haiti.
That was Wa Kaiman by Yves Benesh, depicting the 1971 beginning, the initiation of the Haitian Revolution. I'm going to talk a little bit about how we get from the revolution to modern era Haiti and its relationship with Black America before we get to the real expert, Mama Eugenia Charles. It's safe to say that we don't know nearly enough about Haiti today, history or present, and that's especially sad given their struggle for the freedom of all Black people once inspired the whole African world. The story is of material significance for us in the United States, leaving alone that the Haitian Revolution was what led France to sell most of the middle of the country to the United States in the Louisiana Purchase. We know that George Washington, the founding father of this country, was very nervous about the eruption in Haiti in August 1791. And this was understandable because the Haitian Revolution, culminating in 1804, led to a general crisis of the entire slave system of the Americas. Many slave revolts in the Americas had Haitian fingerprints all over them. Gabriel's revolt in Virginia in 1800, the revolt in Louisiana in around 1811, Denmark Vesey about a decade later in South Carolina, he who had sailed in and out of Haiti before that eruption in Charleston. There were also schools all over the United States named after Toussaint Louverture in the early 1900s, like the Toussaint Louverture School, one of the first schools for African Americans that opened in Wichita, Kansas in 1912. So that's because Toussaint beat Britain, Spain, and France at the same time. He beat France under Napoleon. He took away their most productive colony, the one that made them the most money. This man, who was born enslaved by the same system that our ancestors were enslaved by, led an army of the formerly enslaved to defeat France's greatest general and the other great imperial armies at the same time to establish the first country in the world where slavery was absolutely illegal. This kind of story has only come about once in human history. You would think that the whole world would celebrate a story like that, but the West has never ceased to be embarrassed about this and afraid of it. So Haiti has been a particular target of vitriol and economic exploitation and lies about its people and its history. So when these Negroes in Kansas were deciding in 1912, and these folks in St. Louis and Wichita and elsewhere were deciding what they were going to name their first institutionalized schools, the place that they would raise up their precious early generations of emancipated children, the name they chose, the spirit that they wanted these kids to embody, was Toussaint Louverture. They wanted their schools to produce little Toussaint Louvertures. Our ancestors knew who he was and what he meant to us and what he and the Haitian Revolution meant to the world. The Haitians were never forgiven for that. In 1825, France forced Haiti to pay reparations to France for so-called lost property, including enslaved people that the French so-called owners lost in the rebellion. They've threatened to re-invade and reimpose slavery if Haiti did not comply. The only reason they were able to do this is because they had the naval advantage. The Haitians just simply did not have a navy after they won the revolution. And so the French blockaded the island and they would not allow resources in and out. So they didn't allow them to trade, so they couldn't develop the industry that they needed in order to develop a navy. The ransom or reparations that France demanded from Haiti was 150 million francs, which at the time was 30 times the annual revenue of the entire country. Haiti was forced to take out loans from French banks to pay France that money. Over the next 7 decades, they paid the equivalent of $560 million to France. The economic cost to Haiti of that $560 million at these crucial development periods has been estimated at $115 billion in damage. In 1880, a French bank established Haiti's first national bank, essentially putting France in charge of Haiti's treasury. That bank, Credit Industriel Commercial, still operating, still banking, contributed some of those massive profits to help finance the Eiffel Tower. So when you see the Eiffel Tower, remember that there is Haitian blood in that. That symbol of abundance in France is a direct result of money stolen from the Haitian people with killing and torture and other forms of violence. And the underdevelopment that resulted is responsible for incalculable suffering. That's what the Eiffel Tower symbolizes as much as anything else. The United States occupied Haiti from 1915 to 1934. A key backer of this invasion and the beneficiary of it was a bank now known as Citibank, which I'm sure a couple of y'all have cards with. During this period, at one point, US Marines simply walked into the Haitian treasury and took all the gold out. Since then, debt, coups, and colonialism have plagued the country, continuously imposed by the same parties that have leached off Haiti since before the revolution. That's a very, very, very brief recitation of how we get from the Haitian Revolution to the modern-ish era. And now I have the distinct pleasure of introducing Eugenia Charles. Eugenia Charles is the host and executive producer of Convite La Caille, a socio-political Haitian radio show that airs on WPFW 89.3 FM every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. in Washington, D.C. She is also the executive director of Fondation Mapu, a faith-based organization that promotes Haitian culture, education, environmental wellness, and human rights. Fondation Mapu advocates restoring Haiti's value while connecting people with similar struggles. Ms. Charles is a political analyst and organizer who uses her professional experiences to help dispel negative stereotypes about Haiti while providing an in-depth analysis of the country's condition and advocate for change. Eugenia.
Bonsoir tout le monde.
Bonsoir.
I am happy to be here with you this evening and gotta thank you for reaching out on behalf of my show Convite La Caille, which airs on WPFW. And thank you all. And Baba, thank you. I want to go back to make a few acknowledgements regarding the political strategic meeting that took place on August 14, 1791, with the final sacraments of Congrès Bois Caïman. That particular ceremony, many Christian faiths in the United States has deemed to be the day when hell falls upon Haiti, the ceremony that turns Haiti into the evil place. For us, it was a day and a moment, and to be tracked, Congrès Bois Caïman, it was something that took many years to organize. It was a combination effort between men and women who were living in the maroons, who come out at night after they have spent the day working hard. They were communicating in secret from the last end of the south toward the last end of the north. The people will travel through tunnels. They had codes through secret societies that will allow them to go from one end to the next without the masters noticing. The people who were carrying the messages, their name were not known, but they had codes to communicate with another to know that it was for certain the person who was supposed to carry that message in order to prevent them from being killed. Cecile Fatima is the name that is given to her in the European style name, but her name is Mambo Ina. Mambo Ina takes about 12 years to plan that particular gathering. Bookman, the priest, was there with her on that evening. The deities who travels to Haiti with our ancestors were there. As Julie Danto, the goddess, the mother of creations, appeared that evening to make that sacrifice with the pig. And they had only one objective for everyone who attended that gathering that evening. Are we gonna stay enslaved and shackled? Or will we live here and free ourselves and ensure that our children from generations to generations will never be enslaved again? So the sacrifice of the pig was a gift to the deities, an offering to say, guide us, guide our hand, guide our mind, guide our path as we move forward to free ourselves. We know many of us will be sacrificed. So we give you this sacrifice so you will protect our children and our future generations. That's what Congo Wakaima was all about. And that ceremony that you just saw, that's just what it was all about. So to this day, the site is there. The site of Congo Wakaima, much of the trees have been cut down. The US government has given a lot of monies to churches. A lot of missionaries have traveled to Haiti. They have built several different Protestant churches in that site. The maple tree under which the ceremony took place was cut down by missionaries because they felt it was an evil tree. But you know, when Toussaint was taken out of Haiti, he said, en me renversant à Saint-Domingue, on a abattu le tronc de l'arbre de la liberté des morts. In taking me, you have only chopped down the tree of freedom. It will rise up again because the roots are deep and numerous. So yes, we have another maple tree that is growing back in the same spot of the one that they have chopped down. Because that is who we are. Every time a leader is taken down, they're always looking for the next one. You're not gonna know because we are deep and we are numerous. As you take one down, another one will rise up and take its place in our place. The Haitian Revolution was a combination of women's and men's fighting together. The women's have their roles. They were the one who took their children and put them in the mouth of the cannon to distract the masters, while the men will come behind and do their works to allow us to move forward. In looking at the Haitian revolutions and looking at how it is presented here in America, they talk more about Toussaint Louverture. Toussaint Louverture was the precursor to our independence. Toussaint Louverture was a general. Yes, he fought. Toussaint Louverture gave Haiti Saint-Domingue the first freedom in 1801 and created the first constitution which prohibit masters, white men and women, to own lands in Haiti. That phrase from the Haitian Constitution from 1801 still passed down to present constitutions. But Toussaint was taken in 1802 to Fort-de-Joux in France where he died. So the struggle that was led to our independence, the final battle on November 18, 1803, that was Jean-Jacques Dessalines. When you look at history here in the United States, it's often brushed off because Dessalines is viewed as a dictator, as a brutal man who massacred white people. I said every revolution, even here in these United States, we can look at all the civil wars and all the atrocities that were committed for us to become where we are today. So Dessalines did what he had to do to bring Haiti to freedom. Toussaint was the gatekeeper, the legba of the Haitian revolutions, who created the path, the diplomat man who talks to everybody and set all of the stone. During the time that Toussaint was leading the revolutions, Dessalines was his right-hand man. So when he left and was taken, Dessalines knew what his role, duty, and responsibilities were. It was very easy to gather the rest of the men behind him because he already had positioned himself for that. So Jean-Jacques Dessalines, the man who stepped on top of that mountain, guide those men to lead that battle, Capon la Mort, the man who stood while the bullet was coming toward him, his horse fell down, but he got up and stand again and took that flag because Dessalines ordered him to go plant that flag in Vertier. So we can win. So those men today, I stand on their shoulders. I stand on the shoulder of Abderrahia Toyamantu, the woman who was the midwives who delivered Jean-Jacques Dessalines, who trained Jean-Jacques Dessalines. who taught him the language of the African language, to be the soldier that he became to free Haiti. That was his purpose, to liberate the black race. So the fight to liberate Haiti was only the beginning. His ultimate goals was to end slavery at its root in Africa. Unfortunately, he was brutally massacred on October 17, 1806. The blood talk about the ransom that was paid. When Dessalines gave us our independence on January 1st, 1804, he left us a land, a safe haven for everyone who was being oppressed across the globe. And he said, if you step foot in Haiti, you will be a free man and a free woman. Very soon after our revolution, Dessalines sent letters to Jefferson here asking to purchase all of the enslaved people here in the United States for them to come be freed in Haiti. So you can only imagine what a threat that meant to the US economic system. And you can understand why Dessalines is viewed as such a barbaric man to dare ask for the black people here to go be freed in Haiti. How dare you? So not much people talk about Jean-Jacques Dessalines. But he freed Haiti and became the first emperor of Haiti. And he worked hard to establish a nation, left us a constitution in 1805 that clearly deciphered how Haiti should run, and what the citizenship of Haiti should look like. To Dessalines, a good Haitian is a good father, a good mother, a good brother, a good sister, a good son, but most of all, a good soldier. If you go to Haiti, you will find forts throughout Haiti, and those forts are still standing. They were built to protect the nation. To Dessalines, we can have argument among ourselves, but anytime a bullet went off, a cannon went off, every Haitian man and woman was supposed to put their differences aside and stand united to defend the nation. That is the man that we lost on October 17, 1806. When Dessalines was assassinated, and I have to say, so I'm going to move in and out until we get to the current day politics. Pétion was part of the French army. So when you're looking at Haitian history, you will hear talks about Christophe, who was king from the north, who built La Citadelle La Ferrière, who is still standing. It's also a fortress built to protect Haiti at the top of the mountain. No matter where the boat was coming from, they will view and see that boat and know how to defend themselves. You will hear of Pétion. Pétion was from Port-au-Prince in the Greater South, who joined hands with Dessalines and Christophe in the north to consolidate the fight to free Haiti. But Pétion was a mulatto, born of a slave woman and a Frenchman. Pétion fought for the French, studied in France. Yes, he joined Dessalines because he understood they were also going to take his properties to free Haiti. But after Haiti became an independent nation, Dessalines' visions for Haiti did not coincide with what Pétion envisioned. Pétion wanted to continue to be a mulatto who enjoyed his drink, enjoy his warmth, enjoy his women, and have privileges to do whatever he wants. Dessalines wanted the lands to be split among the people who had fought for the independence and to have a place to work so they can build economy for the country. He also wanted to have a place for the people who are in Africa that we left behind. If they needed to come to Haiti, for them to have a place. And he also had a vision to acquire enslaved people from elsewhere to bring them to the country. So he was not endorsing giving big plots of lands to generals who participated in the independence of Haiti, because the land was supposed to be for everybody. Wow. So Dessalines was assassinated with the complicity of Pétion. It is said that Dessalines was assassinated au Pont Rouge. But when you go deep into history, they will show you that Pétion had given poison to Dessalines. They killed him in Port-au-Prince and took his body to Pont Rouge. That is some gruesome stuff, I know, but it is part of the history of the country. We have some of that here in America, so we gotta bear with it. So with Dessalines passing, Haiti went from being an empire to becoming a republic. During Dessalines, our flag was black and red with the motto Liberté ou la mort, liberty or death. That's what we fought with. After the Dessalines assassination, we ended up with a flag. The first flag, black and red, is standing vertical. With Pétion's republic, you find a flag horizontal with blue, red. In the middle, with a white piece with a palm tree. The palm tree has a little hat on top of it. So in the spirituality of Haiti, the voodoo faith, the palm tree signified Aizan. And if you cover the tips of the palm tree, the light cannot come through because you need the sun to shine over the tree to receive the energy to pass it on to the rest of the nation. So when we're looking at our current flag, the blue, red with the white piece in it, many historians has looked at it to see as a way when the republic was formed, Pétion understand that his French heritage needed to continue. So in the new flag that we are currently have right now from the Pétion's Republic, that flag still maintains part of the French flag. When we created the flag in May 18, 1403, Dessalines ripped the white out. So then when you have the white coming back in, you still have that French aspect of it. With the French Republic, Pétion's wife started the negotiation with the French government to pay the indemnity for Haiti to remain free. Under Jean-Jacques Dessalines, there was no way he was going to adhere to such a thing. On the northern part of Haiti, after the assassinations of Dessalines, Christophe separated from Pétion. Christophe ruled the northern part of Haiti while Pétion ruled the greater south part of Haiti. Christophe maintained the black and red flag. And the people that the French government had sent to negotiate with Christophe to pay a ransom, Christophe assassinated both of them and said, "You will not come here and ask me to pay you money for my freedom." And Christophe is the man who said, "I will burn this place down, and on the ashes I will rebuild another nation." And that's what he and Dessalines did in order to win the war in the northern part of the country. So there was no way he was going to agree to pay ransom. But Pétion, on the greater south part, negotiated. So that negotiation was finalized with Boyer, who agrees to pay the ransom in 1825. 150 million francs, not just franc, in gold. So if you're looking at the value of what gold is worth right now, 150 million francs in gold will be quite some money. And Haiti would have been a developed nation. So to pay that money, Haitian peasants had to work and pay in coffee, in banana, in sugar. So they did not have enough resources to provide and build their own community because they had to pay off on that. So coming into the US occupation in 1915, so in December 1914, that's when the Marines landed in Haiti and stole the gold treasury from our national banks. And all of that, it was because it was a place that would be a new economy. And yes, the occupation came. They destroyed a large part of our agriculture because they had forced the people to plant rubber trees. Rubber trees the US needed to use during the World War for rope. They plant sisal. Once you plant sisal on the soil, it eats away the nutrients. Then you can no longer grow potatoes and yam that the people were using to eat. So there are still some parts in the northern part of Haiti where people are not able to grow food the way they used to prior to the US occupation. with the US occupation, they also inherited the payments that Haiti was making to the French government. They were being made to the US government for quite some time. So if we are looking at seeking reparations, we not only need the reparations from the French for having to force us to pay, we also need reparations from the United States for several things. The money that was stolen from the National Bank, and the money that got paid off the debt we were paying the French government, plus all the atrocities they committed during their occupations in Haiti. So that occupation is why we are here today. Why Haiti is struggling, why our economy is in such a dilapidated conditions. But going back to prayer, if you can please play the video. In the prayer that you saw from Bookman asks.
Can you get the sound down?
You can lower it and play.
Alive for such a time as this. I pray God as He surrenders more and more uses us and sees everything's a spiritual war. You'd open His eyes. Pray you protect Him from the wicked. I pray God angels would be around this home. Pray you fill Him with your spirit, God. Give Him eyes of heart. Increase His capacity for love. More than even Himself, but that comes from Him. Lord, let Him know how many believers are praying for Him and the work He's doing here. So God, may justice come to this area and to this nation. And we thank you, Father, for Jimmy in Jesus' name. Amen.
This black man right there, that's Jimmy Cherizier. Can you turn on? Are we there? All right. Okay. So this is Jimmy Cherizier right there. Bookman said we needed to stop praying the evil God who's eating up our blood. And today, Jimmy Cherizier has white people, journalists, coming to pray for him, missionaries. What is Jimmy Cherizier using? US guns to hold the Haitian people hostage. Praying for the man who's kidnapping and torturing the Haitians. You see the irony in that? Bookman says we needed to pray our ancestors. We needed to uplift them. They needed to guide us to free ourselves from slavery. But today, the same people with the same gods are praying to protect barbecue using US weapons to kill Haitians.
That's barbecue.
That's barbecue.
Yep, that's barbecue right there in the middle.
He's fatter now. This is.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So how did we ended up with barbecue? The US occupation dissolved the indigenous army that Haiti had. They created la Gendarmerie d'Haïti and then Force Armée d'Haïti. When they left in 1934, the army they left, many of them were people who were trained at the School of the Americas. Many of you are familiar with that school. Okay? So those generals, they were not there to protect Haiti. They were there to make sure that the US maintained power. The US will decide who will be president, who will be prime minister, who gets to be senators. Whenever they didn't like the person, they ordered the goons to just take that person out. So we've seen coups upon coups. So whatever financial assistance the United States was providing to Haiti, that money was used to support the army who was doing the work of the US government. All of the heads of the Haitian army were informants for the CIA. So whatever decisions they were making until they get the go-ahead from the Pentagon or the State Department, it was not made. We all heard about Papa Doc and Baby Doc. He was also working for the US government. If you can show slide 1. Slide 1. during the Nixon administration, there were a lot of security memorandum studies that were done, over 200 of them. There was one related to Haiti, it was number 70, and at the time, these studies were under the guidance of Henry Kissinger. So we can read it together. The Trouble with Haiti, and it is a declassified document. The trouble with Haiti is that it cannot reasonably be considered a member of the hemispheric community. Yet there it is, right in the middle of the Caribbean. The trouble with Haiti is that its leadership has been a succession that squanders each of those.
Scoundrels.
Scoundrel, thank you. I don't speak English.
We got it. Don't worry.
Each of whom has driven the country further into darkness and desolation. The trouble with Haiti is that it's barely a country, yet its resident and expatriate would-be elite demand that it be treated like one. The trouble with Haiti is that it won't respond to anybody's therapy. Even if Haiti's trouble should be compounded by violence and uncertain succession after Duvalier passes from the scene, its hemispheric neighbors will do little tempted to press for intervention. The trouble with Haiti is that we dare to be a country. The trouble with Haiti, we stood against slavery and we says no to it. The trouble with Haiti, no matter how many of us they have killed, we continue to rise in the face of imperialism. The trouble with Haiti, since you are writing, you can look for NSSM70. And you'll find the PDF document. That is just a snippet of it. It's about a 37-page document you can read. And in there, they outline all of the things that you see happening in Haiti today, where they outline what will happen after the fall of Duvalier. Even though the US government was supporting the Duvalier regime, but they plan every step how they will utilize the Haitian National Police to guard US interests. They will use the Haitian National Police to protect US citizens and US building and US interests. So today we have a national police, many of whom has left the country because what? There's not enough resources for them to actually provide security to the Haitian population. The Haitian National Police head is always nominated and approved by the State Department and Pentagon. If the person is chosen by the Haitian leadership, the US government does not approve that person does not get to become General Director of the Haitian National Police. And every one of them, since the creation of the Haitian National Police, have worked all in formats for the US government. The police was created upon the return of Aristide from the first coup in 1991 because the army had given too many coups. We understand the budget of the army was absorbing too much from the Haitian budget. We understand the army had created too many atrocities. But also, the US Congress passed a law saying that Haiti would not have an army, and if Haiti needed to purchase weapons, they need the approval of the United States Department. So right now, as gang killed, tortured, raped, kidnapped Haitians, the Haitian National Police cannot order ammunition for the police to defend and protect the Haitian population without the approval of the State Department because of an embargo the US had placed on the police. The army was disbanded. During the Martelly government, he tried to come back with the Haitian army despite the US. When Jovenel Moïse came, and I'm moving through it quickly, after you can ask me more questions later. When Jovenel Moïse came into office, he reformed the army. as small as it is with some of the people from the whole army. But there is no ammunitions for them. Some of them are being sent to get trained in Mexico, and some of them are being trained in Costa Rica. But when they come back, they just sit in the building because the US doesn't want them to be active. So come to current politics in Haiti. We know there is a multinational force that the US lobbied, spent money to get to Haiti. We also know that the Haitian president was assassinated in 2021. Let's go back to Jovenel Moïse. Jovenel Moïse was handpicked by Joseph Michel Martelly. Joseph Michel Martelly is a musician with a group named Sweet Mickey. He was number 3 in the ballot during his election time. But the Clintons loves him. So they pushed for him to become president. And I'm sure if you search through email or look at WikiLeaks, you'll see some of the emails from Hillary Clinton's and Cherry Mills from the State Department. And you'll see all the details of how they ordered then President René Préval to ensure that Martelly become president, even though the people did not vote for him. But he was somebody handpicked by the US to do US bids for him. When Martelly left, he handpicked Jovenel Moïse. The first election for Jovenel Moïse, the people protested it. Then there was a second round. Even though there was discrepancies, the US said that's who they want, that's who they push forward. So Jovenel started working with his party, PHTK, and of course following what the US wanted. And the people started demonstrating against his government because of funds that were embezzled from the Petro-Caribe Fund. Petro-Caribe Funds is a program that Venezuela has where they give gas at a low cost to countries in the Caribbean. And Haiti was signed through that program during the time that President René Préval was in office. The US government did not want Haiti to become a member of the Petro-Caribe Fund because at the time Shell was the company that was providing what we were purchasing gas from, and they wanted to maintain that consistent flow of money. But signing a contract with Venezuela is more beneficial to Haiti. Once, it's at a lower cost, and part of the money we were supposed to be paying to Venezuela, they give a portion of that money for Haiti to build hospitals, schools, to help rebuild the country. Why is Haiti and Venezuela so important? During the time that they were fighting to liberate the Americas, Simon Bolivar came to Haiti and Pétion provided resources and men to help free these countries. So you'll see many of those countries have the blue and the red in their flags. That's after the Haitian flags. And the only thing we had asked of them is that when you liberate your country, make sure that you have no more slaves. We didn't want anything back. So when Chavez came into office, he realized and recognized that Venezuela is a daughter of Haiti because we helped free Venezuela. So that was a way for Chavez to give back to Haiti for the support that Haiti had provided to Venezuela. The US lobbied and urged the ambassador they had in Haiti at the time to ensure that the Haitian government did not sign the Petro-Caribe contract. But Préval went on the side and went for a trip in Cuba and signed a contract despite the US opposition. So they were not happy about that. So when Martelly came into office, much of the money that we had in reserve to build school, to build hospital after the earthquake, that money has been squandered by the Martelly government. Much of that money is sitting in bank account in Panama. If you read the Pandora Papers, you will find some of those informations in there. And a lot of that money also is sitting in bank account here in the United States. So to have a process to find out where the Petro-Caribe money went, you will also have to deal with a lot of US business people, a lot of US lobbyists, because they also ate some of that money. So during the demonstration when Jovenel Moïse were president, Jovenel realized, I don't want to leave my legacy that way with people standing against me. I'm from the countryside. I want to do something different. Then finally, he decided he's gonna reach out to Russia to ask for help. Then he went to a meeting in Turkey where he met with Putin representatives. As you know, Russia has their embassy in Venezuela. When Jovenel Moïse returned to Haiti from that meeting in Turkey, he accepted a credential letter from Russia's ambassador in Venezuela who came to visit Haiti and accepted for Russia to build an embassy in Haiti. Now ask me why Jovenel Moïse dead? Okay, so after the assassination of Jovenel Moïse, the trial for the people who assassinated Jovenel Moïse, many of them are imprisoned in Florida, being tried by U.S. government. On the night they went to assassinate Jovenel Moïse, some of the people had a megaphone saying, I am an agent of the DEA, open your door. Why will an agent of the DEA asking security for the Haitian residents to open the door? And yes, indeed, 2 US agents were part of the plot to assassinate Jovenel Moïse. So everybody who had link with the US government, including the 2 businessmen in Florida who hired the gunmen from Colombia with business in Florida, are also incarcerated, being tried in Georgia by the US government. Conspiracy theories? I don't know. But Jovenel is gone. And still, there's a struggle. The US still don't want Russia to have an embassy in Haiti. Where are we? Jovenel is gone. We are now without a formal president. We had prime ministers, Ariel Henry, supported by the US government, but the gang continued to torture the Haitians, kidnap and rape them. I want to come to the weapons. How are these gangs in Haiti becoming so powerful? Where are those weapons coming from? If you go to slide slide 2, please. Slide 2, yes, number 2. There was a report that was published by UNDOC in 2023. UNDOC is a branch of the UN that oversees drugs and trafficking. And that report mapped out where the weapons that are traveling to Haiti being purchased in the United States. So you can see Georgia, North Carolina, District of Columbia, Montana, Colorado. And those weapons, when they are purchased, they are shipped from Florida to Haiti. Some of them go from Jamaica as well, and some goes to the Dominican Republic and cross into the border. Slide 3. Another route the weapons come from is from New York. New York to the DR and some part of Cap Haitians. So the weapons, they come to containers, they come in small planes, they come by boats. Not small weapon, big heavy weapons. If you go to slide number 4. Okay, slide number 4. These are weapons that the Haitian National Police seized. It was in April 2024 that came from a boat from the US. So here they are. We all know how guns kill children's people. And we've had a lot of shooting here throughout the districts of Columbia. And I said, when you look at Haiti, sometimes I say Haiti has been ghettoized. I'm not gonna say that we didn't have drugs traffickings in Haiti. We've had it, but never to the magnitude that it is today. We have seen the level of devastation that drugs has had in our community here in the United States. So when you dump drugs in a country like Haiti, where much of our young people have easy access to it, you can understand the destruction that is being done to young men and women. Why are so many young men and Haitian men involved in gangs? Let's go through our education system. When you have an economic system that have been starved, I have to say that 1% of our population controls over 48% of Haiti's wealth. So that means there's not much money flowing for the people. How Haitian parents used to pay for education for their children. They used to use the pig. You know, when you have a pig, they will have 10 children, they will have 8. Then you sell a few of them, you can buy uniform, you can buy books. What happened to our pigs? Before the fall of Baby Duck, USAID, with their program with the US government, killed the Haitian Creole pigs. It was 50 for the big one, 30 for the medium one, and 10 for the small ones. When I was growing up, I thought my family was rich. And then later on, I realized we were Creole pig rich. So when we no longer had those Creole pigs, we were no longer rich. We had to find coffees to pay for education, but you know, coffee has a limited capacity. But then again, in 1996, the US government with Madeleine Albright signed a bilateral agreement with Haiti. With that bilateral agreement, the US have full control over our airspace and our water. So with that, airplanes, small planes from the Dominican Republic can come across Haiti, spray our rice plantation, spray our coffee plantation, spray our coconut plantations, and destroy them. So today, Haiti, the country that used to produce coffee, that was the pearl of the Antilles, we are buying coffee from elsewhere. Rice, we used to produce enough rice to feed about 85% of our populations. But with Clinton policies for returning Haiti, the Arkansas rice, and now the rice are coming from Louisiana, we can barely feed ourselves right now. And there is no subsidies that is being provided to the Haitian farmers to be able to maintain. Our rice is purely organic. Whatever little is being produced of it gets shipped outside of Haiti to be sold for the, people to eat. But it's not being sold on the local market because it's too expensive for the local farmers, for the people to eat. They are buying the US rice. There was a study done not too long ago that the rice that is coming from the United States contain a lot of arsenic. And
arsenic. Poison.
Yes. And the people are developing cancers. There are different types of diseases that we see young children, women are developing in Haiti, or things that we've never seen before. But when you place the population, I call it a political containment. Because in Port-au-Prince, much of the food used to come from the different departments. Now, with the gang blocketing the Artibonite area, that means the rice that is produced in the Artibonite cannot come into Port-au-Prince. With the gang blocketing Carrefour, Grecier, the Martissan area, the food that are being produced in the Greater South cannot enter Port-au-Prince. So what's coming in? The rice. Where's the rice coming from? The United States. Do you know how much money the rice farmers or producers in Louisiana are losing yearly? About $2 million. So yes, they can spend about 600 millions to bring foreign troops in Haiti to protect infrastructure. Which infrastructure? Haitian ports, so US rice can come and invade the Haitian market. That is where we are today. So the business sector in Haiti is asking for the force to come in so they can have a way to do business. But the force that is coming in is not providing security for children to go to school. They are not providing security so vendors can go out and sell produce to be able to find money to support their family. It is there to, you know, the thing that when the Kenyan force first arrived in Haiti, you know, the first place they went to secure the U.S. Embassy. The U.S. Embassy is the most protected place in all places in Haiti. And I tell you, there's a gang called Vitellum. Vitellum gangs is situated between the U.S. Embassy and the residence of the U.S. ambassador. When Vitellum started shooting at the people and moving the folks out of their houses, they want to take refuge in front of the U.S. Embassy. Very quickly, the embassy made a call and asked the head of the Haitian National Police to forcefully remove those people from in front of the embassy. So if you are an embassy, you will think that you want to provide shelter and security. I'm not saying to let them inside your embassy, but at least you can let them seek refuge. No, they were forcefully removed, women's and children's, away from the embassy, but yet they are looking for security. So the force we currently have in Haiti, the Kenyans. Ruto is passing himself as a Pan-Africanist. Ruto is not a Pan-Africanist, okay? Ruto is in Haiti because the US pay him some money. They allow his government to get loan from the IMF and the World Bank that they were not receiving. So it's a payoff. Folks from the State Department travel to Kenya. They sign a contract with Kenya. The contract has not been released for us to know what exactly is in there. So Kenya is being used as a face because the US don't want to send their soldiers to Haiti because they know the Haitian people don't want them there. So they use a different strategy, but it is still the same game. The force that are currently in Haiti are using US manufactured Hammer vehicle, but the vehicle they provided to the Kenyans, the Kenyan cannot use to go out to do operation against the gang because guess what? If the soldiers are inside of it, the gang attack them from the outside, they will have to open the door to step out to go fight the gang. So how you expect them to go do operations? So the Kenyan soldiers tell you they're not able to do operations because they don't have the proper equipment, so they are still waiting for equipment to arrive, coming from where? The US. Much of the money that has been collected from US stock dollars for this force has already been allocated to US contractors to provide services for the missions, but the mission has not yet done its job because there's barbecue right there still with some white priest or missionary person praying for him. I don't know for what, because his prayers is not going to help the Haitian populations. As I speak, people in the Solino area have to leave their home running because members of barbecues gangs are killing people in the neighborhood and forcing them to leave their area. The other thing you need to know about the insecurity in Haiti, it is tied to what's happening in geopolitics. Every time there is a mandate that needs to be renewed for the missions that the United Nations has in Haiti, there is an increase in insecurity. Recently, the US wanted to transform the MSS missions into a UN peacekeeping missions. Russia and China voted against it. But the US doesn't want to shoulder the financial burden of carrying the missions in Haiti by themselves. The other countries they have asked for funds are hesitant because it's a US problem. Since 95% of the weapons are coming from the United States. The UN has passed a resolution asking member nations to stop the influx of weapons traveling to Haiti and to impose sanctions. The US has done very little so far to stop the influx of weapons. We have sufficient high level equipment. If we want to stop guns from leaving the ports in Florida and New York, we can do that. It hasn't happened because we're not willing to do it. And we all know gun makes money, and we all know where the money goes. So I always say, you want to stop the killing? Follow the trail of the money. Then you will end the killing. So right now, where we are, Haiti needs support. And the support, how you can provide it, is look at who you are electing. It is very important. When it's come to Haiti, I will be frank with you. Whether you elect a Democrat or a Republican, it is one and the same. It is a system.
Yes, it is.
So you have to change the system if you want to make change. The change will not only be for Haiti, but it will also be here. The policy continue. When the people get the job, they walk in, they follow that plan that's already been in place. So Haiti will continue to be a problem. The trouble with Haiti is we dare to be free. The trouble with Haiti is we're not gonna go away. The trouble with Haiti is we are not obedience. We will never and will never be. Freedom is what we are about. And when you look at Haiti, don't look at the problem that's happening in Haiti. Oh, it's not my problem. I don't have anything to do with it. Understand a self-sufficient Haiti is liberation for Black people all across the globe. Amen. A self-sufficient Haiti is a self-sufficient Africa. Haiti is the place where the light, the beacon of freedom started. Where we dare to say Black people are humans. That's what it's all about. That defiance, that's what it's about. So today, when you look at Haiti, the best way you can help is educate yourself about what's going on. Don't just listen to what the corporate media has to tell you. Find a good resources, read about it, inform yourself, teach somebody else about something you know. That's important. Pass it on to your children because we need to know the importance Haiti plays for Black people here in this country. If you look at Plague versus Ferguson, that's why the Haitians who came into this country participated in that. We contributed in the Battle of Savannah. We contributed to the purchase of Louisiana. The United States is big because of the Haitian Revolution. So we played a lot in what's happening here. They said the Haitians are poor, they are both people, but guess what? We have tons of Haitians who are working as doctors, as nurses, who are working in all type of industry, helping to grow this economy. Understand, education in Haiti is free from elementary school to high school. When you go to the public school, it's free. But I will say about 80% of the graduates, they're not working in Haiti. They are working here in the United States. They are working in France. They are working in Canada. Brain drain. So to rebuild Haiti, we need to reverse the brain drain. So imagine a nation to form doctors, form engineers, form lawyers, but none of them are available to work and give back to that community because the system has entangled and entrapped Haiti to the point where all of her children have to run away to go seek a better life elsewhere so they can find a piece of freedom and liberty elsewhere. When we are the place where freedom started, when you talk about human rights, you have to think about Haiti because that is where it started. There will not be no human rights had that been no Dessalines, had that been no 1804. That's what it's about. I'll take your questions. Woo!
Y'all see me with all my pages and pages of notes. That's off the top of her head. And we reached out to her yesterday. So this is clearly, yeah.
Thank you so much. I don't know what to say. You said something that, well, you said a lot of things, but about the whole world being interconnected. And that was a very important piece that you said. We live in one world. God only created one world. And Christ only died for one world. So that's one thing. The other is capitalism. Capitalism. It doesn't really matter. You know, you're going to vote one way or the other. You only have two candidates. But it's the same old song, the same old dance, just different partners. Until we change the system of capitalism, then it really doesn't matter who's in the White House, the Congress, or sits on the court.
Thank you very much. You said many things, as previous speaker said, but one of the things that, as a citizen of the world, that paid attention to was the courage that one of the leaders, I'm not sure if he was the leader or one of the leaders of Venezuela, had to, he felt he had to fulfill some historic, I'm talking about many, many decades of Haitian aid to, was it Bolivar?
Bolivar was the one who received the aid, but
Yes.
Chavez was the one who started the Petro-Caribbean.
Yes. What have you thought, or could you give us at a later time some hints or suggestions of things that we could do to encourage or publicize that? Because what is clear is that we're dealing with sovereign governments, and they all have their armies, and they're all, as previous speaker said, subject to the capitalistic system being challenged in part in different places by China and Russia and such countries, maybe even Cuba.
Thank you. And to that, Cuba has very good relationship with Haiti. The relationship we've developed with Cuba over the years, as you know, Castro godfather was Haitian, and he was someone who very much loved the Dessalines approach to how he went about getting independence for Haiti. So we have a medical partnership with Cuba, where Cuba send their doctors to Haiti, and then we send students to train in Cuba. Now, this is where the fear of communism comes into play. Many of our doctors who are trained in Cuba, when they come back into Haiti, they don't want to employ them. You can understand why?
They know too much, in addition to medicine.
Okay, but if the rural parts of Haiti, many of the doctors that we have are Cuban doctors. So we hope someday we will have a government who can stand up to the powers to be and allow our doctors who studied in Cuba to be able to be dispatched throughout different parts in the country to serve the populations. And yes, of course, With Venezuela, the partnership will continue regardless of what other nations believe. Each nation is looking out for their best interests, and I think one of the deficiency we have in Haiti at the moment is that the people who are within the leaderships curve down to the US rather than standing for dignity, loyalty, sovereignty for Haiti. That will mean establishing bilateral relationship with countries, whichever countries have the best interest of Haiti at stake. If establishing bilateral relationship with Russia will be beneficial to Haiti, then that's what Haiti should do. If establishing bilateral relationship with Venezuela is what's beneficial to Haiti, then that's what Haiti should be. Haiti should not select their friends because of another person. The US is looking out for their own interests, so then why shouldn't Haiti look out for her own interests to develop her own nations for the benefits of her own people? The only way Haiti can move forward, for me personally, I say shut it down. Shut it down means there are certain embassies in Haiti that has to be closed for Haiti to prosper. We have what they call the core group. The core group is 9 countries that it's a process that started in late 2003 when Aristide was in office. The US had asked Canada to help manhandle Aristide to give him a second coup. And there was a meeting that took place in Ottawa under the leadership of Denis Paradis, where they decided that they were going to place Haiti under trusteeship and remove Haiti's sovereignty because Haiti could not govern itself. So since then, we have had this thing called the core group with 9 countries from the United States, France, Canada, Brazil, and other nations. Those are the people who are making the decisions for Haiti. So even though now we have a presidential council that rises under the leaderships of CARICOM, that is still through the US. The Vice President Kamala Harris visited the Bahamas and met with leaders of CARICOM and asked them to take over the Haiti process because, election is coming and they didn't want to have to deal with that. So as we are dealing with election again, the US is pushing to change the MSS into peacekeeping missions because they want to focus and they don't want it to be an item for debates during the election period.
I really think we need to go, I don't know if other folks, but to me as an African, we need to go much more severely critical with the Kenyan impersonation of Pan-African. It's the first time imperialism is now being giving or impersonating Pan-Africanism in the trick bags of white supremacy. Even in here, using when black people's concentration is on skin, using black people as a decoy, that's a serious matter for African people all over the world. And for me, it's not even just capitalism, neutral capitalism. This is a complicated race-based capitalism where imperialism now is using Africans. If African Americans have sentimental attachment or feeling towards Africa, use Africans as a decoy to completely confuse the struggle. So for me, Kenyans will die for sure. Haitians, I know, will kill. They're not going to say he's Kenyan. They're going to kill these Kenyans because they have come with the wrong mission. And so for me, we have to be ready. This is the first time white America, from the time of Nkrumah, Pan-Africanism was considered communist. And now we have a Kenyan, I would say it's really, it's not my character, but it's a stupid guy who is actually just clever to be used. Not clever to build Kenya, but clever to be used by any force for power, exchange of power. So for me, especially Africans, people who believe in Pan-Africanism, this should be a serious uh, topic to discuss and uh, develop community awareness to even not, Africans who went to the South African embassy. Now we should go to the Kenyan embassy.
Yes.
People need to, to protest the Kenyan embassy here because it's in the name of, Pan-African idea impersonating something else, and to sit down and let it happen is really a disaster on Black intellectualism. Because to me, I think every time, our struggle, the race side of our struggle, Black, when it becomes a measurement of anything, the oppressor can use that weakness in us. If our judgment forgives, Uncle Tom's because they are Africans, if we forgive it, we'll not be forgiven by history. So to me, it's a serious matter there. I really think Kenya is, for me, first I was embarrassed, but then I said, but this is a highest proposition of warfare, struggle, at least on the ideological sphere, that Black people now should wake up. Their Pan-African ideas being used in a very tragic way.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. And on the idea of Pan-Africanism, I have to give credit to General Benito Sylvain. General Benito Sylvain is actually a founding father. I mean, I would say Pan-Africanism started with the Congrès Caïman on August 14, 1791. But Benito Sylvain he was a diplomat, a lawyer, and he was stationed in Ethiopia. And he represented the government of Nor Alexei at the time and helped organize that Pan-African conference that took place in Ethiopia.
Manchester,
Mhm.
yes, even Manchester.
Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
yeah.
And through him, North Alexei provided financial support for the war that Ethiopia was leading. So nowadays, in the way in which President William Ruto is positioning himself as a quote-unquote Pan-African, that's not what Pan-Africanism represents. And I congratulate the Gen Zs in Kenya who have stand up against his government and the IMF policies that he's trying to push against them. They have had several demonstrations in front of the Kenyan embassy here in DC. So that's my daughter. She got a
I thought so. If she got your attention, I knew she was somebody special. Go ahead, sister.
Yes. So they had several demonstrations here in DC in front of the Kenyan embassy. They had demonstration in front of the IMF talking about the impact of the policy, and they shut down that piece of legislation that the Ruto government was trying to pass. And I have contacts with them. If you want, I can let you up with them. They're doing a great job with that. So Ruto went to Haiti prior to him coming to the UN General Assembly this past September. He landed in Haiti for just about an hour and prayed with his troops and then made us flufffish. And then made a speech that had nothing serious to say. But one of his soldiers was asking him questions that, they are here in the country, they are still waiting for resources, they are still waiting for things to go out to do missions. And he responded to them, well, your leaders will tell you when the thing will come, they will communicate with you. Just the general speech, but nothing concrete. For me, it was a sad thing to see an African president landing in Haiti, the soul of Jean-Jacques Dessalines and Toussaint Louverture, as a puppet of the US government. That type of Pan-Africanism, quote unquote, is not what we are seeking for. For me right now, if we are looking at moving forward, I want Haiti to have a spot at the African Union because we in the diaspora, we've worked and earned for the position that we have, and what we have done to push Pan Africanism, to push the Black people's movement. I also want to see Haiti partnering with the Sahel to move forward. I think what we are seeing happening in Burkina Faso, and with Thomas Sankara said, La patrie ou la mort, Dessalines said, liberté ou la mort. So it is all one and the same movement. So we need to see Haiti partnering with African countries who are working to build themselves, to use their own resources. Because a lot of the fight you see in Africa for natural resources, we also have all those natural resources in Haiti. One of the things you will ask yourself, why is it Elon Musk is interested in Haiti? We have tons of iridium, untouched pile of iridium in the southeast of Haiti that he wants for his cause. We have, not too long ago, I was watching the clips on TikTok that one of the gang members, Tilapli, was bragging about, this is what Elon Musk wants, a piece of cobalt. So you need to know every section where there is a gang in Haiti, there is a natural resources that the gangs are protecting.
So that's like
So if you go to the area where Katsamaozo is, there's a gold mine that the US is digging in that area. And the other thing you should ask yourself, why is it that the US have this big embassy? It's the biggest embassy they built in the Caribbean. Do you know what's inside of it? Do you know in different parts of the country, they dig, take the salt, and they hire Haitians to go sift through those salt at their own embassy to remove the resources and load them on boat and live with them? It's all about natural resources. When you have chaos, it's easier for them to remove the natural resources because then you don't have a parliament who can stop them from doing that. You don't have a government who's looking at that. When you create chaos, the populations are so focused in surviving that they don't have time to think about other important things. So the chaos that you see in Haiti, it's made by the imperialists to distract the Haitian so they can take their resources.
Yep.
That's important. I wonder why the gangs.
But
We're gonna do two more questions, and then we are going to break for our musical performances.
Just a quick question here. If you could speak a little bit about the canal that's being built between the Dominican Republic on the Habon or the Massacre River, and the impact that's making with like irrigation and rice production, and a little bit about the history of the Dominican Republic and Haiti and the way that's a whole other, but it's like it's a wild thing the way they close the borders, they stop the people, but about the canal because that's
the next thing on our minds.
But I'll quickly talk about that. I know you've been taking note. You have a question as well. The Dominican Republic and Haiti. So in looking at Haiti is being put in the international community as being a threat to the United States, a threat to the Caribbean country, and a threat to the Dominican Republic. And I will tell you, I'm Haitian, it's in my blood and everywhere, but professionally, I've been monitoring the relationship between the US and Haiti since 2001. And I tell you, in 2001, the US had sent 20,000 M16 to the Dominican Republic to protect their quote-unquote border against Haitian. We are not at war, but they needed 20,000 M16. Those M16 ended up in the hands of Guy Philippe, who then came in 2004 and couped Jean-Bertrand Aristide for the United States. Okay, so the US, the Dominican Republic, and Haiti, first you need to know that the DR and Haiti, when Haiti became an independent nation, it was one island.
Yep.
Okay, so we separated, and then in 1825, when Boyer was president, we went back in to help them because they didn't want to fall under Spain, but they will tell you we came to occupy them. We did not occupy them. They called upon us to help, and we went to help. So we tell the Spaniards, this is not your place, this is ours, and then we came out. So, but the relationship is very hefty. There's the massacre that took place where they killed hundreds of Haitians with machetes, and they was using the word like parsley. If they could not say the word parsley properly in Spanish, they know they were Haitian, they will massacre them. So the canal, the Massacre River that goes between the Dominican Republic and Haiti, part of it comes from Haiti, part of it comes from the Dominican Republic, and then there's a section where they merge together. So the Dominican governments are signing contract with the US government to mine golds. The golds that they're gonna mine is very close to the Massacre River. And they're gonna use a part of the water from that to wash so they can remove the golds. So for us, all we want to do is use some of the water to irrigate the soil so we can feed our populations. Now, we have the factory group that the US government had built on the border of Haiti and the DR. They use soil that the population used to plant rice and bananas to feed their family. They took it away from them and built a factory, a textile industry. Mind you, we can make better money, more money with producing our own organic food than having textile industries there. The textile, when you work in there, it's low wages. The jobs are not permanent. Anytime there is political instability, they can leave. And the shipments, even though the Haitians are working in the industry, they are not being shipped from the Haitian port. They transport them over to the Dominican Republic and ship them from there, creating revenue for the Dominican Republic, not for Haiti. So the peasants who are having drought issues decided that they were going to dig the canal. The canal started with Jovenel Moïse when he got assassinated. Then it stopped because the DR said we did not have a right to the canal. But the canal is coming from two rivers, one from Haiti, one from the Dominican Republic, merging together. So we already had contract that we signed in the 1900s with them that allow us to use the water, just it allowed them to use the water. If we were making changes, we needed to sit down and have that discussion. They said to Jovenel, you could not build the canal, even though Jovenel had already hired contractors from Cuba and other countries to come help out. The population decided they were going to take it upon themselves to build the canal without the assistance of the government. Abinadel says the canal had to stop. The population says, no way, Jose, we're not going to stop. So members of the diaspora and the populations in Haiti, they fundraise and brought support. If the people can bring water, they bring it. If they can bring rice, they bring it. They can bring a truck of loads of rocks, they bring it. So the canal was designed and it's almost finished. It is irrigating the land. The people already making use of the rice. They are selling the rice. They are inviting people to come buy the rice. But during that period of time, because of the canal, Abinadel shut down the border, urging us to stop with the canal. They use heavy machine to drain the water that's coming into the river to the Haitian part so they can go only in their area. So we had to go find the section of the river come from our land to reroute the water to bring it into the canal so we can have water. But even still, he is determined that we have to stop and close our canal once he doesn't want any Haitians in the Dominican Republic. If you have a Haitian American passport and he said you were born in Haiti, you land in the Dominican Republic, that's at your own risk. Several Haitian businessmen have already been deported, get off the US plane, put back on the plane because they has Haiti on there. If you have a Haitian passport, you are not allowed to enter the Dominican Republic or fly into the DR at all. So when they invited members of the Presidential Council to his inauguration, they protested and did not go because of that. So right now, he's made the decision to deport 10,000 Haitians a week, and they are chasing them. It's not proper deportation. They are picking up people on the street, stifling them, they beating them up, they killing them, they chasing them like animals, deporting them back into. So we can do a whole other presentation on that because it is such atrocity for that.
Yes.
I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for your wisdom. In listening to you, I'm feeling the importance of the tradition of oral history, and as Haley was saying about the war on continuity, how we have this severance from our past, from our ancestors, and this, I guess, a European enforced motive for us to forget ourselves and to forget this tradition of resistance that's brought us to today. In Something Torn Anew by Ngugi wa Thiong'o, he talked about the how working class peoples basically have acted as like African griots, have kept the tradition of African languages, have kept our survival in opposition to, say, like a middle class that is benefiting and kind of conforms to European desires. So I'm wondering how, as youth, and as a Black American youth, how I can bridge these understandings if I'm without elders of my own to listen to, with how important it is, and how we may use technology to support this, maybe with digital humanities, if there's a way, since we are in this age, it's pushing forward, and it can be a threat to the texts, our attention's going towards social media, other forms of technology, but how could we use that to support the oral tradition?
That's a great question. I think one of the things, the oral tradition, I mean, even much of the Haitian history is still oral. Even though people go and do a lot of research, but there are certain things about our revolutions and the importance that our spirituality plays in the revolutions. Those things will not be revealed to people who are reading books. So you have to go into the country after you've been vetted. You have to be thoroughly vetted. Okay, that you can get access to that information, then it will be passed along. So one of the things that I've personally been thinking about is how to capture some of those information to make them available for young people. But even still, it is not everything can be put on social media, I have to tell you. And I'll give you one thing. There was a guy who was doing research, and he went to speak with an elder. So he brought his tape with him and sat there, and his tape was running. He didn't write down one single thing. When he was done, then he said thank you to the elder. The elder said, okay, I hope when you get home you find something on your tape. You know what happened? There was nothing. Because there are certain things that is not supposed to go digital. So as a youth, the things that are able to be made available through the media, you can perhaps read those rare books that have good, valuable information. If you can make them available, because sometimes some of those old books, you can read it and turn it into audiobooks. That's one way you can help out as a young. And you can invite your other youngsters to participate and do groups with them, where you do weekly or monthly discussions to share knowledge, or challenge them to read something new or find something they didn't know, to kind of continue that work.
A couple more questions. Hands are already up. I'm afraid I see you. And there was one more that was already up. Okay, y'all two can.
Yvonne Fiogival, are you still here?
Yes, I think so.
Yvonne, you here?
Yes, madam.
Okay, so next Haiti on your mind, Yvonne will come with his guitar, because this evening he show up without the guitar.
No problem. No problem. We have a guitar.
Yvonne get guitar là, attendez frère. Y a preto yon.
Okay, we'll give you a guitar, whoever you are. Who's going next?
So I am.
The question?
Hi. I'm Freedom Unity. I wanted to know what we can do. Because at one point in time we had raised money for Haiti through a concert we did, and we were lined up to give it to an organization that was planting trees in a certain area to block
Can you tell this, 1 second, can you tell these old people to be quiet?
To blockade the.
They can't even hear there. Your hearing aid, can you guys be quiet? There's a question, respect. Please go ahead, Freedom.
So we had raised funds to donate, and we had organized to donate to an organization that was planting trees along a barrier, I think, with, I don't remember. But anyway, and they, for the natural disasters that would happen, and it would leak land down into, water down into, the rainfalls would leak water down into this one village area, and it would flood it, constantly being flooded. So we were all geared up to offer this donation and even possibility of traveling there. And it got canceled. They said that the organization was put on hold for what they're trying to do to plant trees there. And so everybody thought it, when we raised money before for computers and for school, for water, for different things, we had no way to get it to someone that we knew was doing the right thing with it and would follow through.
Okay. I can direct you to some groups, but the challenge is right now is, in terms of sending things to Haiti, it is not easy because the ports, mainly in Port-au-Prince, are under the gang controls, and the people who used to do the containers are not doing that many containers anymore because they have no way of knowing whether it's gonna get there or not. So in terms of sending things to Haiti, I know sometimes people get shoes and used clothes to send to Haiti. I'm not a supporter of that because it destroys our local economy. When you send the used clothes, the people who are seamstress, who makes clothes, then they lose their job. So if you want to support or sponsor children to go to school, we can connect you with groups to do that. In terms of planting the trees, different organizations do that, but it's also dependent on what trees that are being planted. There are certain trees, I know a lot of groups like work with USAID, they plant a lot of eucalyptus trees. Eucalyptus trees is no good for the soil. So you need to find groups that are planting native trees and try to regrow to support them. But because again, with the blockage with the gangs, even people who are doing that work, because I and my organization, we do that too, but it's hard to get along. It's hard to, if you land in Port-au-Prince, then you can't get to the south, or you can, if you go in the north, it's just very challenging. So the support right now, if it's going through, is mainly sending it to a group that you trust in a certain area, and then you can do that. But you can talk to me separately, I'll give you my card and I'll connect you with a group in Jacmel.
Last question?
Thank you so much. This was really illuminating and of course enraging, but I really do appreciate you. Just a question, any thoughts that you have or efforts you know that are going on to provide this kind of political education at a young age for our folks here?
There are some books. There's I don't remember the time. I'll give you my card. You can send me a text. And there's like a book. There are different children books that you can read. The history of Haiti is complex, and sometimes when people write, they give you an embellished version of it. And even for children, I know you want to be careful what type of information you share, but at the same time, you don't want to completely take away the truth from that. So there's one book that I know I've used for my daughter that I can share. And Mama Baida Bello, I think she had done a signature here, has a book on the Haitian women's. It's called She Rose. That's a good book for children. And it talks about the women who participated in the Haitian Revolution, and she has very good information. And I think it's on Amazon as well. She Rose by
Also, oh yes, I got it here for my niece's child. Yes.
Yes, it's a very good book.
I think the full title is Sheroes of the Haitian Revolution.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And please remember to support the
history class. We thank you. You are always there at the radio station, and I hope folks, in terms of the, donation, giving donation to PFW, we don't take a penny, even if we need it. It goes straight to them, because I really think that radio station should be defended.
Yes.
Gentrification is not only gentrifying people with apartments and houses, gentrify the mind of a people, then the war is lost. And that radio station should be defended. Whatever attitude you have or relationship you have or grievances you have aside, it has to be supported. That's what we hear her voice all the time.
Every Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m.
Wait. Besides, I like her accent. Okay? Without any correction. Seriously. Sister. It's authentic. One of the few things I want to say, this is for food for thought. Bookman, I'm not sure it's because he carried book around. Haiti is a very elusive country, even to Haitians, in my view. Me, forget it. It's that place where Africa is found literally frozen in the spirit and soul of the people. So for me, the African story is not really the book. So we got to do our homework on that. The other one is Desalegn. Desalegn. Ethiopians know what Desalegn is. I've always fought with my, classmates at UCLA Haitians. I always told them, Desalegn is Amharic. It's an Ethiopian name. I'm serious. So it's no French. It might be somewhere from West Africa too, because I'm sure there's this Bantu thing going on. But as far as I'm concerned, Desalegn is mean I'm overjoyed, I'm happy. So let's do our homework more. And that one should, because she's crossed the river and married some brother from your area.
Oh, really? So then you gotta talk about that.
She robbed a lot of Haitian women and men from that. But let me say, one of the reasons I brought the Bookman thing is this. There was a song, and this I'm gonna make it quick. The song that was being sang by tired enslaved Africans in Haiti. And a white man wrote a book, and he wrote in his book, they're overworked, so overworked, and then they come back at night, suddenly they're dancing. How does the body work? What is, this primitive people, what is it means even overworking them to death doesn't work, is what his perspective was completely distorted. But presently, there's a book out since about 15 years ago, 10 years ago. In that book, they found in Haiti, and has also crossed to Louisiana, with that after the revolution, those who migrated in that area, they found the song meant a name of a village. Yeah, and so when they are tired and exhausted and they go into the enslaved quarters place and they hear this music by the spiritual people, the bookmans, what happens is they rise up in trance. And it took an African to decode it. They found a whole song referring to a village where the folks came from.
Yes, indeed, I agree with you, because just a final word. We sing when we are happy. We sing when we are sad. We go into war. We sing. The songs are codes. That's how we pass the messages. And with our spirituality, we sing to pass the message along to those who are going to war. So a song is not just a simple song. So when we dance, and not with shoes, barefoot, that's allow us to connect, to vibrate. And yes, we may be tired, exhausted, but that's how we take ourselves back to the motherland.
Okay, let's go with that.
I want to say very quickly, if you want to contribute but you do not have cash, you can go to wpfwfm.org, click the big red donate now button on the side of the screen. Then when you're selecting the show, click and go to Konbit Lakai, which spelled with a K, KONBITLAKAY, so that you can help Mama Eugenia meet her goal for this week, which is $500. So if anybody's trying to meet that challenge, you know,
How was that?
there you go, sir. WPFWFM.org is the website, and it's WPFW 89.3 FM.
It's I'll tell you, it's the best radio station we have in Washington. And I'm not sure outside Oakland, San Francisco, and New York, what is the New York one?
WBAI in New York, and we also in Boston, Texas.
So we're also, Nick, we're trying to simplify the process of donating. We just sent a basket around, which is who carries cash. So we are also having a station set up at the counter. So you can have somebody walk you through what Jordan just said. In case you missed it, go to the counter, get lines, they walk you through, get you to the clip.
That's Shuriken of the president. I was impersonating the job.
You can get to the clip, so you can go ahead and donate that way. Thank you so much.
So if you can remember 89.3 FM. Okay.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to start with our first singer of the evening, and we are going to begin with with the ultimate Chocolate City citizen, Mama Lucy Murphy.
Would you sing Haiti Chérie with me?
Okay.
Yvonne. Then Shanti.
Probably no more person than I did.
Haiti chérie, pi bel pays passé ou non point. Faut que moi te quitte, pour moi te capable comprendre valeur. Faut que moi te laisse, pour te apprécier. Pour sentir vraiment tout ça ou t'ayez pour moi. Y a un bon soleil, bon rivière, bon breuvage. En bas pied bois, nous toujours jouons bon l'ombrage. Bon brise de mer, toujours souffler sous nos plages. Haïti chérie, c'est un pays qui vient cher.
This is Yvon Fleurival. He's an artist.
Yvon
Fleurival.
Flower. The valley?
Yes, exactly. But yes, Yvon Fleurival. So I am his manager. If you're looking for a great piece of art, he's the man. And if you're looking for a veve, he's your guy to get that.
No, what's a veve?
Good questions. A veve depict the symbols for the different deities. So each deity have their own design. And that design, some of it is from Africa, but some of it is from the Tainos. That, as you know, the Haitians, they mix. This is going down.
The surviving indigenous people.
Yes, exactly. So that get passed on. So each deity have their own emblems. So as you know, when you look at Vodou on social media, you will see some of the images from the Catholic Church. So those of us who are practicing the more orthodox part of the spirituality, we use the veve instead of the images from the Catholic Church.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now back to
Can we get the
MC
guitar, please?
Jordan Strudwick.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You gonna perform, sir?
Yes, the guitar.
Okay. Guitar. Okay. From the song.
Careful with the song. You can sing it. Tuning it. Tuning the guitar for you.
Huh?
Yes. We get live first.
Sir, while we're waiting for the guitar, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? While we're waiting for the guitar. Oh, okay, here we go.
That's good.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Fait pour un petit pays qui est Haïti, c'est même pas moins content. Moi, pas capable. Haïti, c'est la moindre fête. Moi, même passer toute la vie. Pour mettre moi sur le diamant. Moi, pas j'aime I'm going to sing some acceptable song that I'm not really going to sing it. Listen. Quando cai no bacino, se la vedi. Quando cai no bacino, se la vedi. Ma vita cai, confida no belisso. La tele, stop. Thank you.
Brigitte is the, when you look at, Brigitte is the deity, thank you. Brigitte is a deity in the Vodou spirituality. But Brigitte represents the home of the women. She is the protectress of the mothers. And so we are entering the Gede season, which is Halloween for you all. So this is the time where we pay tribute to Brigitte.
Baila, te gagné, vieux comme te gagné, yon pied piment. Chalet vieux comme mais des diffés, non pied piment. Parmi nous là, tous ces soucis, nos érosa. Parmi nous là, tous ces soucis, nos érosa. Voilà, sous mon Zé Osa. J'allais des gants, était diffé. Aïe, non, pied, piment. I'm going to start
Thank you, everybody.
Our next performer is Mama Freedom.
Unity, everybody. Hey, gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude around me, gratitude within me. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So grateful. No, it wasn't the time for this song. I have a voice. Not yet. Thank you. I just wanted to say, first of all, that
you did well so far.
that's a good thing, though. That I'm so grateful for those who sacrifice so that we may have. I was talking to a friend because I get a little depressed about things, but they say depression is a privilege. It's not, it's not, something that's expected of us who understand the struggle that's in front of us. But I get that way sometimes anyway. And a friend of mine just told me today, he said, you can't plant a forest, but you can plant a tree. You can't build a building, but you can lay a brick. And so my quest is that we do what we can to show our appreciation for the sacrifices that were made for us. And Jean-Jacques Dessalines, Toussaint Louverture, and many, many other names. In Haiti are so powerfully important to our survival as African people, knowing that our humanity is what leads the way to who we are. So I heard this song. I don't know it very well, but I'm going to sing it. And I'm going to probably recite some of the words because the words are so powerful. It's a new song out by Alicia Keys called, and the partner, someone Castilling, called Beautiful Noise. I don't know if you've heard it, but anyway, this is how it goes. So bear with me if you hear me talk the lyrics sometimes and sing the lyrics other times. So here we go. Okay, yes, ready. I have a voice, started out as a whisper, turned into a scream, made a wonderful noise, shoulder to shoulder, marching in the streets. All alone, it's a quiet break. Band together, it's a choir of thunder and rain. Now we have a choice, 'cause I have a voice. We're not living to die. Don't stand in the wasteland, look me in the eye. Stop living the lie. Stand up next to me. You gotta put one foot in front of the other, hand in hand holding on to each other. Come on and rejoice, 'cause you got a voice. It is loud, it is clear, stronger than your fears. For believing we belong, for the calling out of wrong. From the silence to resistance for our brothers and our sisters, we can rage like a river. We can heal. We have a voice, and we let it speak for the ones who aren't yet really free. When you kill them, you kill me. Not one test to stay what we need to hear. Silence never wins. When we see it all in the path of the people again, there's no other choice, 'cause we have a voice. It is loud, it is clear, it is stronger than our fear. It's believing you belong. It's for calling out the wrong. From the tongues of our mothers to the lips of our daughters, we can dream, we can dream. From our fathers speaking through the ways of our brothers, we have a voice. We can hear. Can you hear us? Can you hear us now? We have a voice. we have a voice. Can you hear us? Can you hear us as we call out the names of our ancestors? Can you hear us? Can you hear us now?
Our next performer is someone very special to me, my aunt, Miriam Leger. Miriam?
So, is Eugenia still here? Yes. Okay. So, I am literally just overwhelmed by what I heard. So, a little background. My nephew Jordan called me and said, you know, we're doing this thing with Haiti, and I want you to participate. And I said, oh, you probably would want me to see something in the native language. And he said, no, whatever you want to offer is fine. But let me just say this, when people ask me about my heritage or, you know, my family background, I say I'm Haitian. First thing that comes out of my mouth, I'm Haitian. And they said, oh, you were born in Haiti. Where in Haiti were you born? And I said, oh no, I wasn't born in Haiti, I was born here. So then I get challenged. I say, oh, you know, I'm Haitian American. They're like, well, that means you were born in Haiti and then you were naturalized here. So there's, you know, I get the pushback. So then I just say, my family is from Haiti, right? My family is from Haiti. And I've said that even from as a young person. And the thing that is so empowering to me after Eugenia, and is it Eugenie or it's Eugenia? Eugenia. I knew it was not Eugenia. I just knew Eugenia. It was like Miriam was just really giving out, but it's okay. We're doing the best we can. So yes. But when I tell you that you fill me so, I am so filled. I mean, overwhelmed. I do not want to cry before I sing. And I went through a wave of emotions. And the first thing was, how do I not know this history? The first language I spoke was French in my parents' house. They spoke Creole to each other, only French to us. Not out of some kind of classism, but because they didn't think Creole would be useful to us in the United States. So they spoke French to us, but Creole to each other. But I picked up. And now that I'm caring for my father, all his caregivers are Haitian and only speak Creole. So I was forced to learn. He did not want anyone else. So the thing about my parents, which was so amazing, I would hear my mother talk about Dessalines all the time, but they never really taught us the culture. Maybe it's that whole immigrant story. You come here, you want to assimilate, you don't, but they kept the language. They also kept the food and just a sense of culture. All the artwork in my parents' house is from Haiti, the statues, everything, but they never really taught us, and I didn't know why. So when I was born here, I was born in DC. Went to University of Maryland, joined the gospel choir, right? The American Gospel Choir, joined a sorority, Kamala Harris's sorority, by the way, and wanted to have the full American experience. Because I figure I'm here, but of all of my family, I'm the only one. But I still felt this sense of I am Haitian, even though my parents didn't talk much to me about it. And then as I'm going through this with Eugenie, I'm going through this, hills and valleys of emotion, from how did I not know this to kind of embarrassment and shame that I should have and didn't. Then I thought about Black Americans born here who don't know their history either. Felt a little better, and, kept going. And then, it was a wave. And then I remembered something a friend said, which is, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Yep.
I'm ready now. So here she is to love. I'm ready now. A little late, but I'm ready now. So now I'm at a place in my career. I'm a network television director. So I'm in a place to be able to help. Emotionally, I'm in a place, where I'm in a giving stage of my life, not in the building my career stage. And that's so important. And I thought I have to end on some kind of hope. And I remember the tree with the roots, right? So whether I know the history of Haiti or not, the blood that runs through my vein is still Haitian blood.
Right on.
Because it's my mother, my father, and I'm the first generation here, which is a whole thing you should do on first generation, people who are born here, and the struggle between the two.
Mm.
And the thing I kept thinking about was this one conversation, then I will absolutely sing. Acapella, which is gonna be different, I always usually have a backing track, but one of the things I remember is going to school, I'm 3rd grade, maybe 8 years old, and I went to my parents, and they're just strong people. They were just strong. I always noticed that, and I must have gotten something from them, and I link it back to when she said about that tree. No matter, there's something in the soil and the ground that was given to us, whether we knew our history or not. It was infused. So I'm 8 years old. I come back, and someone uses the N-word. Okay, so I go to my very Haitian parents. We're all about education and do your work, and we don't want to hear anything, just handle your business. And I said, Dad, they call me the N-word. Now, my father does not know the impact of that word because he's not from here, right? So he doesn't really understand, but I do because I'm fully immersed here. So I say to my dad, they call me the N-word. He said, did they? Me, I would have been up at the school if this happened to my daughter. And he said, so what's the problem? I said, this is a bad word. They called me this word. And he said, I don't see the problem. I said, Dad, how do you not see the problem? He said, are you that word? I said, I'm not. He said, then we don't have a problem. That's their problem. That's not your problem. That's the problem of the person who said that. Now, while I don't want to trivialize the fact that there are a lot of emotions behind that word, from that point on, I redefine myself so that when I walk into a room and with no accent, so they don't really know who they're talking to, which is my code, okay? Then I go in with all of the history and the ancestry and me remembering that I'm not anything I don't deem myself to be. So it's with that. That's how I was able to reconcile her story with the roots in knowing that I was ready today to hear this. I was ready now to, really absorb it in a way that I couldn't before, and to be able to go out of that door a different person, which is the whole point of being able to share, that you leave different than when you came in.
Yes, ma'am.
So when Jordan said, I said, well, I don't know, what should I sing? And he said, just, what do you think when you think about Haiti? And I think about the children there, how they have to fend for themselves and how difficult it must be. But there is a resilience to them, that just continues to prevail. So the song that I chose is God Bless the Child by Billie Holiday.
Whoa.
So I hope I will do it justice with no backing track.
Don't worry.
Them that's got shall get, them that's not shall lose. So the Bible said, and it still is news. Your mama may have, and your daddy may have. God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own. Yes, the strong get smart while the weak ones fade. Empty pockets don't ever make the grade. Your mama may have, and your papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own, his own. Money, and you've got lots of friends, they come crowding round your door. But when the money's gone and spending ends, you see that they don't come around no more. Rich relations may give you
crust of bread and such. You may help yourself, but don't take too much. Your mama may have, and your papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own. That's got his
Jazz musicians call it the right moment. Sometimes, especially activists, they think like God, you change when they tell us the truth. But the problem here is we only change when we're ripe. And that's what you're talking about, sister. And often we should be very tolerant about people who don't join us to sing the moment song. But we have to understand that human beings at a certain point, all of us have the capacity to change. And for me, you just reinforce that idea. I want young people to be tolerant. I taught at Howard, as I said earlier, and I always want them to be tolerant of the ones they have a problem with, because all of us come at it from different circumstances. And thank you for coming, and then thank you for also your family giving us this guy.
Oh yeah, we love him. We love him.
He's our right hand.
Yes.
You see how clear he is. I'm sure you guys saw today why he's a pillar to this whole thing. It's the microphone.
We have one more performance to close out. Munib.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Salam, sak passe. Nobody responds. Sak passe. My name is Munit. I'm from Ethiopia, but as Hailey mentioned earlier, my husband is Haitian. So I have Ethiopian Haitian children, of which we expect great revolutions, since they have these tremendous histories that they carry within them of not being colonized and of being the first to be free. So we'll see what happens. And thank you again so much for, again, the clarity of the history that was provided here today. Like you mentioned, my husband is a first generation Haitian, so, and as he grew up, he also did not get to learn about the history. And yes, there was food, yes, there was music, but not the depth of it. So it's kind of fallen on me to be the digger of Haitian history.
Oh.
Which, yes, which has, and on social media, there is one woman that I follow. Her name is, I think, Bertrude. And she does a lot of information around the canal and a lot of things. So I've been slowly becoming Haitian as time progresses. And this is first song I'm gonna sing is by a young artist who passed away recently. His name was Mika Ben, and it's a song called Haiti Say. So there's the Haitian lyrics that I will sing, and then the English that I will read out loud, if that's all right. Okay. This is my first day singing in Creole. Haiti, c'est belle en mer, c'est belle montagne, belle rivière, c'est belle plage, belle cocoë, bel paysage, belle couleur. Haïti, c'est son café qui monte dans le matin. C'est ça la housse qui fait poser pour flédiser capon journée. Haïti, c'est pas semblé, cascade pichon avec sodo. C'est Acadène, la citadelle, c'est la Badiak Marigot. Haïti, c'est la vallée, c'est Posaliat Zabrico, c'est Smol la sel pic Macaé, c'est Mamladak Mon Piboyo. Haiti is a beautiful sea, stunning mountain with beautiful rivers. It's lovely beaches with coconut trees, lovely landscape with bright colors. Haiti is the aroma of coffee that goes up my nose at dawn. It's the scent of dewdrops that sit on the budding flowers in the morn. Haiti is basin blue, the Pichon waterfalls along with Saute d'Eau. It's Arcadine Isle, the Citadel Castle, it's Labadie and Marigot. Haiti is La Vallée, Macaya's Peak, Marmalade, and Piboro Mountains. Haïti, c'est yon douce macos, c'est yon poignet pistache grillé, son gicolé qui pour banco, son bouteille cola qui bien glacé. Haïti, son bon griot, son bon fritaille, un bon tasseau, son bon légume avec tirique, son bon tiri avec l'anneau. Haïti, son bon bouillon, son soupe joumou à tout piment, son bon cassave avec mamba, qui ont trappé nanakassa. Haïti, son bon tomboué, quand mariné n'a yon bon sauce pois. Son bois cochon, mon clairet, Haïti, son bon café d'isoire. Haiti is a sweet and enticing homemade candy. It's a handful of grilled peanuts. It's a creamy smoothie that gives energy. It's an enticing bottle of iced cola. Haiti is some appetizing fried pork. It's a delicious fritter, some tasty fried goat. It's a delicious vegetable stew laden with crabs. It's flavorful rice with country greens. Haiti is a scrumptious broth of pumpkin soup, well seasoned with bell peppers. It's mouth-watering cassava with peanut butter that you dip in a corn shake. Haiti is a dumpling that's soaked in a bean dip. It's pig bois cochon, some good liquor. Haiti is the divine coffee that you drink at night. Haïti, son belle musique, c'est yon vampire, son troubadour, son kata, cérémonie, c'est son yon kwachion, son tambour. Haïti, c'était au cou, c'était ancêtres qui étaient pour nous, c'est l'esclavage, c'est aboli, c'est yon téli de théâtre voodoo. Haïti, c'est festival, c'est ti souris, c'est fête champette, c'est animation dans carnaval, c'est yon tizilek pas jamais frais. Haïti, son domino, c'est yon musique, c'est yon 3-7. Son réveillon, côté qui jambe, bouillon, c'est là qui jambe, campete. Haïti, c'est yon combi, paysan, cap sec les latte. Si ti machan, yo coupe descend, puis algoumen, ak la vie. Haïti, c'est si ton yo, cap rêve de yon bel avenir. C'est l'origole, la cap descend, par con côté après la pluie. Haiti is pounding music, a street music band parade, a troubadour. It's a ceremony, a calabash dish, a drum. Haiti is Ogu's land, the land our ancestors left for us. It's where slavery was abolished. It's the land of the free and the land of voodoo. Haiti's festivals, its little mouse, its ritual dances of Chanpetre. It's dancing and fun at Carnival. It's a little island that never sleeps. Haiti is a game of dominoes. It's a winning hand of dice and cards. It's a Christmas Eve party with some good pumpkin soup. That's where you hold your head up. Haiti is a collective of farmers who get together to work the land. It's the women street vendors descending down to the city to go fight the hard life head to head. Haiti is a little kid that's dreaming of a bright future. It's the dirty water from the sewer streams that doesn't quite know where it's going. Haiti is being under the tent since January 12th. It's mud on the levees that gives off a foul smell every time it rains. Haiti is the ground that doesn't know true realities. It's a sad one, but by God's grace, it's not the only one that we can sing. Haiti, c'est un moment qui consacre les douleurs. On femme qui jambe, on femme vaillant, même si connaît li papa fait. Haïti, c'est une belle femme qui même si il passe un peu misère, il toujours fongeant, il rangé, col pour tout petit, il toujours fier. Haïti, c'est tout bagay ça qui fait qu'elle nous ramène, même si route la longue connaît, n'a toujours là pour qu'elle même. Haïti, chérie. Mettre quoi, mais pas jeune, rien qu'à faire quitter, m'a toujours la peau chérie, quitter musique, ça l'autre, ouais. Haïti, c'est un compit paysan cap sec les latte, c'est ti méchant, yo cop descend pour y argument avec la vie. Haïti, c'est ti moun yo ka rêve de yon bel avenir, c'est l'origole la cap descend, pas con côté la praletrie. Haïti, c'est battant la tête. Puis après 12 janvier, c'est la boucle, bon nous sans chaque, les Antilles la pépine tombée. Haïti, c'est sous béton, hein, pour qu'on la vraie réalité, c'est on qui triste, mais grâce à Dieu, c'est pas les seulement qu'à chanter. Haiti is a mother that doesn't know the meaning of pain, who stands strong and tall, who's brave. Even though she's conscious that she's far from perfect, Haiti is a beautiful woman who's been through a lot, but who cleans up nicely so that her kids can walk with their heads up proud. Haiti's all these things that make us love you, even if the road is long. I know that we'll always be here to hold your hand. Haiti, believe you me, nothing will ever make me leave you. Let this song right here serenade you. Haiti chérie, pour Jean, moi vin déposer ticket, moi nan men wo. Haiti chérie, pour Jean m'adore, pas gênant ni cap, j'en fais moins quitter. Haiti chérie, pour Jean, moi m'aime, moi vin déposer ticket, moi nan men wo. Haiti chérie, pour Jean m'adore, pas gênant ni cap, jamais faut quitter.
Jordan, you know how many Ethiopians are crazy about her? She's big in Ethiopians. The Howard Ethiopians would have packed this place up because they're crazy about her. And the sister is big in Ethiopia and here too amongst Ethiopians, but we raised her. She is actually, from the day we opened, she's always been here with us. And we know her family, we're close. We used to have New Year's here. And her mother, which I didn't know when she was giving me a headache, her mother was my schoolmate when I was in high school. And so this is a young sister, and to me, hearing you in the patois, oh my goodness, sorry, I correct. To hear you, just flow smoothly with it. It just, even if I didn't get it, I was getting it. Thank you so much, my sister. Thank you.
We have one more late sign-up performance. Are you gonna do one more?
Okay.
Yeah.
Abel is giving me such a look. Sure.
I mean, you brought it out.
And while she's getting herself ready, just a reminder that WPFW can be donated to through Cash App.
Yep.
That's the simple way.
Yep.
Let's just do Cash App. How many people want to do Cash App?
Nobody.
Okay, how many people want to do Cash App above the donation at WPFW.org? It's much easier. And what is the Cash App address?
$WPF.
Oh, y'all know it? Okay, let's do it in harmony,
Yeah.
like Miyuki.
$WPFW.
FM. And it's also
WPFW.FM.
it's also the season of their fundraising now. They're doing fundraising now.
If you do pledge through Cash App, put Combit Lakai in the description. If you do donate on Cash App, put Combit Lakai in the description so it can go to Eugenia's program. Thank you. KONBIT space LAKAY. KONBIT LAKAY.
All right, last song. This is a song I want to remember. Maybe Frank Cassis, I'm not sure. But it's a song called Merci Bon Dieu. And Bon Dieu means God, and Merci means thank you. And it says, look how the misery is finished for us.
Can you add Amharic in there?
But I go in now, so can Merci bon Dieu, gardez tout ça, la nati pote pour nous. Look at what God has given us in our riches.
Thank you.
La pluie tombée, maïs poussé, the rain falls and the maize grows. Tout mon qui grand groupe aller manger, all the children are growing and they are able to eat. And nous danser mambo, and nous danser petro, and we dance the mambo, and we dance the petro. Papa bon Dieu qui n'a ciel, la mise est finie pour nous. Dear God who lives in the sky, our misery is finished. So let's leave it at that. Merci bon Dieu, gardez comment la misère finit pour nous. Nice. Merci bon Dieu, gardez tout ça la nature portée pour nous. Merci bon Dieu, gardez tout ça la nature portée pour nous. Merci bon Dieu, gardez comment la misère finit pour nous. La pluie tombée, maïs poussé, tout y mon qui kangourou pour aller manger. À nous danser mambo, à nous danser petro. Papa bon Dieu qui n'a la misère finie pour nous. Papa bon Dieu qui n'a la misère finie. If you know it, please sing it out loud. As loud as you can. Merci bon Dieu, gardez comment la misère finit pour nous. Merci bon Dieu, gardez tout ça la nature portée pour nous. Merci bon Dieu, gardez tout ça la nature portée pour nous. Merci bon Dieu, gardez comment la misère finit pour nous. La pluie tombée, maïs poussé, tout y mon qui kangourou pour aller manger. À nous danser mambo, à nous danser petro. Papa bon Dieu qui n'a la misère finie pour nous. Papa bon Dieu qui n'a la misère finie.
All right.
Merci mon Dieu.
Good?
Yeah.
Really?
I was taught French since I was 10 and then Creole. I'm like, oh, this sounds better. Creole, it was very nice.
Well, take it over, brother. What do you?
All right, we have one final performance, a short poem, which will be recited by Jerusalem. Thank you.
Nazy.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Jerusalem. I'm from Ethiopia, but Haiti has touched my heart in ways that it's like a sister country to me. I say it's like my younger sister to me. I lived most of my life in New York since I left Ethiopia, and Brooklyn has offered me a community within the Caribbean community, but also the Haitian community. And I've made some really good friends that have kind of cultivated me into, the knowledge and the history of Haiti. The first time I learned about Haiti was in 2010. Ironically, we didn't learn it in classrooms, I suppose, back home. During the earthquake, I was at a fundraiser. That was the first time I had a knowledge about Haiti. And fast forward in 2022, right before I left New York, which in 2023, for a closing, I feel like it was the whole ancestors orchestrated this event where I got to participate at the carnival where I represented Haiti, and I was actually representing Victoria Montu, if I'm saying it correctly. And it was such a great honor that I felt like Spirit was calling on me, and my friends also called on me, and it just happened at the right time before I left New York. This is a poem I wrote in 2018, just by the Black experience, which is inspired by Nina Simone, Blackbird. It's a short one, but I hope you feel it. It goes, why do you wanna fly, Blackbird? Go on, stretch out your wings and fly, Blackbird, because there is freedom in the higher perspectives. You've shed so many tears of pain and sorrow for all the years you couldn't fly. You had to crawl. And you still cry because it hurts. But once these tears dry, they are replaced with tears of joy, I promise, and the promise. Go on, spread out your wings and fly, Blackbird. Bomba guy.
What's Boomba guy?
All good.
Huh?
All good.
Yeah? In Creole?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Thank you everyone for being here. For our first Haiti on Our Minds, we are going to be looking at Congo 2 weeks from now. Congo on Our Minds, same time, same place. I hope that you will be here and come commune with us again. We will be back to Haiti on Our Minds. Plan is 8 weeks from today. So we'll be back here again. Hopefully with Eugenia again, because that was, I don't think anybody can do what she just did, the way she just did it. So thank you everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Jump in, well, what is that, the word that you said at the end?
Bomba, that's like good stuff.
Bomba guy.
Bomba guy.
Bomba guy.
Bomba guy.
You know it?
Oh, no. Okay. Oh, no,
That was wonderful. Thank you, brother.
take good care.
Thank you.
All right.
You take care. Thank you, sister, for coming.
Thank you very much. We'll
Thank
come back
you.
for Congo and
Good.
we'll try to come back.
Thank you, sister. Thank you very much.
The last time we were here, it was for your movie. Your movie with Asata Shakur.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wilmington 10.
Exactly. Yeah, that was a wonderful evening.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Auntie? I was feeling you.
I took it seriously, cool. Parents vacations. Everything she was
I
saying.
wish the kids were here.
Don't worry, they get to hear me. They are harassed by my being more Haitian than their father.
Damn.
Thank you. This is amazing.
Yeah, no, the auntie them about the glory.
Oh my God, it's like Zerap to me.
I know.
Whenever I think of Zerap, thank you. Thank you. Lovely to meet you. I'm gonna wait, come here. Oh, you have 2 years Helen? You're like Zion here.
No, that one is Jerusalem.
Hey, cut hair there.
Yes. I mean, if you got 2 Jerusalems, they might come for you next.
What? Listen, we put them on for
I
them.
say I'm the extra eye. There is already one eye, and then I'm the additional eye. And now the vision is clear. Exactly. We will see.
That was good, girl. Thank you very much for the finish. You were very, very. I was scared you were going to fail.
That's how nervous.
She's a professional performer. She's like now, by part of her body. Goes in there, sits there.
Don't let go of your cradle. Nobody can convince me she was her language. Don't give up. Your pronunciation, it was fire.
Yeah.
And I don't get any compliment.
I'm working on a children's album with my kids. Students, I've been listening to a lot of, there's Smithsonian has a lot of folk-based albums way back in the day. They have
years. Oh, this is what's happening.
Real tech from Haiti. Wow. Long time. Good music, amazing, and I'm trying to find where it is.
So you need to listen to Bitova Oba. That's what you need
Let
in your
me
life.
write that down.
You need it in your life.
How do you spell it?
B-E-E-T-H.
B-E-E-T-H.
O. You can go to Spotify.
Yeah. B-E-E-T-H.
B-A.
Okay.
A. Bitova Oba. O-B-A-S. And then you can list something. It's got a little jazz to it, and it's like he talks about.
Woo!
It's
Asian music.
Yes.
The one time I was most afraid that I might die in a concert was have you heard of this one scale?
But I heard, yes, I heard of it. Yeah.
So,
I like Sweet Mickey and all this.
no. This one is like roots. We were in an upstairs club in Boston, and the people were jumping together. It said something like unison out there. Going in the cave, exactly. And they're playing like Radha. Thank you. You give me such a Send me the video. I want to impress my audience.
Send me the video. It's 1 hour and something. You want that? Long time no see.